Hello everyone. So for this session, I am going to discuss about Filipino traits and characteristics. Every Filipino has different kind of characteristics and traits. It varies how they are being built up and what family or norms they came from. So there are two types of Filipino traits and characteristics, the positive and negative. So let's talk first about the positive. First, faith in God. We may have different religions in different sectors of our country, but what is consistent is that we all have one strong form of faith. So just the thought we have different ways of believing God, whoever God we may believe in, the God whoever we think of are only one. Next, close family ties. We enjoy the feeling of having and knowing family members around us. From cousins, aunts, uncles, and grandparents, some families share their homes, celebrate holidays, and lend a hand to relatives when it's needed. Just like this photo here, it shows how family people have strong ties when it comes to family. Because even they are in good terms or bad terms, as long as they are family, all their problems will be forgotten or forgiven. That is how strong Filipino are. Together we fight, together we live. So next is welcoming to visitors. When we have people visit our homes, we always welcome them with smiles, conversation, and food. One example is that, especially during fiesta, all dishes, utensils, and new things are brought out just to serve the visitors well. And some members of the family, especially when it's young, is not allowed to go outside if there is a visitor. Next is obedient and dutiful. In our culture, we always respect and follow what our parents and adults advise us to do. Not talking back and trusting the adults around us has always been a part of who we are. As for my experience, I was taught by my parents not to speak inappropriate or unnecessary words and always follow what they wanted us to do, like study first before anything else. Next, being respectful. From the mano and saying po and opo to our elders, those words that are a part of our language show how we respect people. Respect begets respect. We are always taught about this since young. Next is being helpful. It is expected that we help out in the house and offer help to siblings, friends, and relatives when we can. We have the bayanihan spirit in us, and it is why in times of calamities or disaster, Filipinos are mostly helpful to one another. Even how hard life is, in our own little way, we never forget on how to help each other. Next, diligent and patient. Majority of our livelihood in the Philippines is based on agriculture. It takes a lot of back-breaking work to plant the fields. Then it takes patience to care, water, and harvest it. In every work we put in too much effort. We live like there's no tomorrow. Life may be hard, but as long as we can benefit or gain for working it, we always double the effort and get excited from it. Next, resourceful and creative. During the times when we don't have the means to accomplish something, we find ingenious ways of using what we have to solve our problems. Filipino being resourceful, especially during Sinulog and Christmas occasions. Next, being cheerful. Because we've been through a lot of trials in our history, Filipino have learned not to be depressed. Rather, we find a joke and try to have fun during times of difficulty. Even we lost something or we somehow lost our loved ones, we don't forget on how to laugh. We may face some challenges, but laughing is like our medicine. Some Filipino also look happy on the outside, but the truth is it's emotional inside. We only show positivity because that's a good thing to do. And lastly, thrifty and frugal. We don't like to waste anything since we don't have a lot. We are careful of what we have, knowing that it will serve us well for a long time. Money is one of the Filipino people have less, so we think of a way to save up money, grab and work for every opportunity that comes, having a little business that can provide our needs and wants. Next are negative. First is called Ningas Kogun. We start something eagerly but lost momentum and don't tend to finish or reach long-term goals. Like for example, when you plan to diet because you gained too much fats already, but unexpectedly there were so many foods served in the table and you can't help but to take a bite until you decide to diet next time. In that way, Filipino are having an Indus-Kogan mentality. We started it, but there's no intention to finish it. Next is mañana habit. Sometimes Filipinos would like to put off doing things until it is too late. Examples are fixing what needs to be fixed or saving money for future expenditures. Like you tend to study but suddenly you feel sleepy and you say you finish this tomorrow until you forget to study at all. Next, grab mentality. Filipinos sometimes get jealous of other people's successes that they find a way to pull other person down rather than striving to be better. That's why Filipino people are very good at gossiping. When they can benefit from you, they will be very good to you, and if vice versa, they will talk behind you. Next is colonial mentality. If something is made in America or of a foreign product, we think it is greater quality, so we buy foreign products more than we buy locally made products. Filipino people easily get mesmerized of things that are new to the eye. We surely love things that are imported compared to the local ones. Next is bahala na. When helpless, we tend not to act to solve our problems. We usually don't plan ahead or plan for contingencies. Instead of covering all our bases, we simply let the fates dictate what will happen. We say bahala na it's because we are so lazy to think of solution or something that will let our future decide what might happen. Sore losers. Many times Filipinos become very competitive and hate losing. At times, when we lose, we find a way to get even. Because of our pride, we don't like to accept defeat. We always wanted to win and start again and again until we get satisfied. Lastly, is lack of discipline. Pollution, traffic rules, and following the laws are things Filipinos tend to ignore. We like to sell our wares on the streets, beat the red light, and throw our garbage in the wrong places. That's why today we experience a lot of trouble and circumstances. It's because of our doings. We experience floods, landslides, earthquakes, and many more. It's all for this session. Thank you so much for watching until the end. Bye-bye.